Hello! Greetings! I see that there's Jit and Ian and Sukabu, Grace, Paulo, Dan, Otto, hi, Little Redhead, Cyan, Scarlet Pen, Bar Mayor Neiman, Petal the Ladybug, Crafty Kitty, and that's it! Hi guys! So I was thinking that today I would draw more pets, unless you have a better idea for me, because I didn't have time to prepare a lot of stuff this morning. Sorry. Darn it. Just trying to open Pinterest on my phone. Oh, hi Patricia. And Jacqueline, hi. Pets. I was considering perhaps doodling cute cartoony pets to make stickers out of, because I know that we talked about this recently, at least with Otto, in the sense that there wasn't enough hamster sticker. But yeah. In any case, I think that warming up by drawing pets is a great idea. And oh no, that's not what I'm looking for. That's okay, that's it. No, I will not draw that, Dan. What is quiche? Is it quiche said weirdly? I think I will draw a couple of pets, perhaps sketch a couple of cats just to warm up, because cats are the easier thing to doodle for me, and it would make for a good warming up subject. I'm just trying to... I think I'm gonna try and draw Bubba, which is a cat, big cat fellow. So I will try, and everything is falling down. I keep on forgetting that I don't have pictures of Havoc in the board with all the cats. Like, I really need to update the boards with oh yeah, I could draw Bodhi too. I will draw Bubba and Bodhi. That sounds like a sounds like a good idea. Okay. Just I have a hot chocolate today because I ran out of soy milk, but it's the super awesome I can't tilt this too much, but it's a super awesome Winchester Bros mug that Chris sent me. I am missing Supernatural. I can't wait for it to be on Netflix again. Well, it is on Netflix, but I've watched all of it. So. Okay. Did you guys see that it was Maru the cat, 11th birthday recently? Like whenever I feel down and like uninspired, Maru's channel is one that is definitely a good pick to cheer up. Because I really like Maru and Hana, they are so cute. And it's really nice to see cats that do get along every once in a while, because mine, they tolerate each other. Let's say that. For the the picture, Otto has explained that if you share the pictures on Instagram with the hashtag #EveDrawsPets, I will try to seek them out and add them to a Pinterest board. If you look in my info page on YouTube, there is my email. You can also send pictures there using the email address provided on that page. Eve, how are you feeling after live with Marty and Steve? Oh no, I don't want the birds up. Sorry. It's a good thing Val is there to always remind me of this. Because I keep forgetting to remove this all the time. No, that's not a footrest, that's a pallet. Hold on. Okay, good. You saw more of me, what? What? Am I set up properly? I might have forgotten to like check the camera. Sorry. It's been a weird day. Oh, hold on. Can you guess who that is? It's a baby. It's a small baby. It's a baby. It's a baby cat. Over here. Do you want to draw? What will you draw, big kitty? Do you want some hot chocolate? Pretty sure you don't. Are you shitting all over my paper? Pretty sure you do. Oh, I reached down for the nut footrest, huh? Lovely hair and glasses. I'm pretty sure that was a really flattering angle. Flip her over, but she's so cute and happy. Go under the camera, baby. Yeah. Purr, purr, purr. What's up? What's the deal? What do you want to do? Except shedding. No, stop rubbing yourself in the camera, baby. Yeah. No, that's paint. That's not cat food. Nope, that's brushes, not food either. You want to say goodbye? Alright. Cat intermission is over and cat fur is all over. I swear. I'm covered in fur. I don't want to flip her over because she just ate. So I don't feel like I would want to be flipped over if I had just eaten. That's maybe just me, but still. Okay, this is definitely a warm-up doodle because it is a bit wonky, but yeah. Tilted on your chalk. Oh, darn it! That's Pickle. I can totally blame this on the cat because you saw her nudge the camera. So we're doing laundry today, and Scout has decided to build a nest under the pile of clean clothes. Bye bye, Pickle! Pickle the troublemaker is gone. Yeah, I got one of them. Antwerp blue. Always feel like I want to call this Antwerp blue, but yeah. I've always wanted this this ceramic. Even like I could peel off the paint and just get the ceramic. I love these. I don't know why. And then I saw that they were almost impossible to find anymore because Winsor & Newton has stopped producing these. So I did a bit of scouring and found a few and possibly spend a bit of money on them. But then again, you get quite a lot of paint in this, regardless of the fact that it's perhaps not a lot of choice of colors. But yeah, and I'm looking forward to either using these to paint monochromatic stuff or abstract paintings. So yeah, I got one, and I think I found another place that had a Payne's Gray one. And I got it too because Payne's Gray is great for monochromatic work. Oh no, that's not what I'm using. This is what I'm using. Okay, so bye-bye. Yeah, Pickle adjusted the camera. I'd love it if they could just sell this stupid ceramic plate. Oh, I would be so happy. Like, ceramic is great as a surface, but I've been struggling to find palettes, and I have one over here. Never mind that. And I'm so excited I found it because I've been wanting something like this for a long while. Like something with compartments and space, but I want to use this for acrylic inking, acrylic inks, because I can have like the pure inks, say the colors I want to work with there. I can mix here, I can have other mixes there, and sorry about that, since it's ceramic it won't stain. Well, I don't mind the staining, but on a plastic palette it would just dry plastic on the palette and be unremovable. So I figured that at least with this one, it's going to be washable. There's a nick in the glazing here, so perhaps that will stain, like stay the color I put there permanently, but overall I don't really mind. And yeah, so not the smallest one, of course, but really excited to be using this with acrylics. Okay. Oh no! Hi Fiona, and bye Bar Mayor Neiman. Hi Ari. What's my hot chocolate? It's aside from the fact that it's separating, but it's cocoa, maple syrup, and soy cream. Maple syrup. Yeah, I've been to the dollar store more than once, definitely, and I was considering getting, you know, the plates they have for snails, but it was not what I wanted, and my dollar store, the one nearby here, doesn't have a lot of stuff, like, it's mostly plates and not what I want, and I'd... Okay, so Mr. E went and took pictures of Scout's nest, if you guys want to see, but that's basically what it looks like. Okay, and she's under the big towel. Like, it's hard to see because she's a dark cat, but she's sleeping under the towel, like super hot. And she will make these nests by herself. She will dig and sort of create some space for her and get in there and sleep there. Hi Rhiannon. Hi Victoria. So yeah, dollar store plates are really nice if you have a decent dollar store that offers a lot of stuff. Daiso is just amazing because Daiso, like, I feel like Daiso has a better focus on useful stuff, while most dollar stores feel like they have leftover stuff that they're trying to get rid of. And you're like, well, I can MacGyver something with this, or maybe use that thing, but then again, I don't know for how long, because not exactly the quality, it's not exactly there. So yeah, I've been to my dollar store. My plate I have a round plate that is from there, but my personal dollar store around here is not super awesome. And there is an IKEA, but it's far and I don't have a car, so all in all, yeah. So I tend to have an idea of what I want, and I can tell that the dollar store plates were not it, but I still keep them in mind because they could be really practical for other things. So Ari is saying that one of their cats loves to steal kitchen dish rags and hoard them under the couch. That's her nest area. That's so cute. Oh, cats are so funny. I love that cats, they will often forget about stuff and then remember about it. Like, for instance, Scout has just rediscovered the fact that clean laundry is hot and warm and smells good, because for a very long while she didn't really care about it. She was just like, okay, fine, stuff. But for a couple of weeks now she remembers that hot laundry is awesome, so she will seek it out when it's ready and get to it as soon as possible and like nest herself in there, which is really funny and cute. Yeah, I should do a lot of things, such as try the like the well, antique stores around here are insanely pricey. What else is there? I don't have much in terms of secondhand store in this vicinity. I have one, but mostly for books. So yeah. What else? What else? Yard sales are generally like kid stuff, and forgive my French, but crap. Like, I remember a time, because I am that old, when yard sales were awesome. Like, you could get some really great vintage finds, not necessarily stuff that you're like, hey, this is worth a lot of money and the person doesn't know, but just fun stuff. Like things that you find that you're like, this is not worth a lot, but it's awesome and I want it. Now, when you find stuff that is awesome and you want it, people ask an insane amount of money for it. Or they have a bunch of crap that is virtually useless, that they're just trying to get rid of and have a buck or two for. So yeah, it's kind of a sad thing. Aww. So, Dory is Dan's hamster, and she tries to hoard anything. He's caught her with a button before, and Bun Bun, Science Bunny, tries to do nest on hard floor by digging, and then he just lays there and pretend there is something. Oh. Do you ever go to garage sales? I used to a lot more. Now it's mostly, like I said, like a lot of it is baby stuff. Like it's just insane. I see a few every once in a while, and just by walking past the table, like I can tell either if it's someone whose kids are older and they're trying to like create space by getting rid of all the baby stuff, or the other ones I've found were like just, you know, you get a couple, you get a toaster, a couple of weird glass things. You know, it's just like I will check them out sometimes because I grew up with them. The place I lived when I was a kid, there was every Sunday there was a big public place that was like the sort of the city's yard sale every week in the summer. So I would always go there and like spend the afternoon there and just walk in the aisles and check out what the people were selling. And I found a great many things there that were really awesome. But over here in Montreal, I am not near anything. So when I spot them, I try to go check them, but it's a bit lackluster. Like you don't find, I don't find as many great things as I did. And that's so sad because sometimes I see people like sharing their awesome finds at yard sales or antique sales. And it's not about, like I said, it's not about getting something like, hey, someone sold the Le Creuset cauldron for like $10 and it's worth 100 and I don't know, something. It's not about that. It's just, you know, finding stuff that you're like, this is so cool and I want to like give this a new home and have this and use it up and be happy with it, you know. It's just not much of that anymore. Goodwill. I used to be able to find a lot of stuff at sort of we have something that's called Value Village, perhaps. I know what it is in French, but in English I never took notice. But they basically sell secondhand stuff, and you can find some great things there. Like a couple of great finds, a couple of things I found that I have that I think are really great finds. But now it used to be more interesting. Now you get stuff like sometimes there are like shirts with holes or like stains on them, and you're like, this is to be turned into rags, not to be sold as something that people will wear. It's just not the same. You still get a lot of Tupperware though. Oh yeah, the weekly summer yard sale, like it was in the parking lot of the public ice ring, like whatever, but it was hundreds of tables and it was really something. Car boot sales. Oh, really? That's interesting. What do people sell in from their boot? The only times I've seen car boot sales here is like the same thing I was talking about earlier, the big weekly event. You would always have a couple of like collectors that would show up crazy early and try to, you know, get the best stuff. And they would often start looking into the people's trunk or car boot to get a sneak at the best stuff. I call them vultures, but that's just me. Same crap they sell in yard sale. Ah! Oh, so you have Value Village in Seattle. Cool. I found a lot of great stuff there, and it's just, you know, fun, and I really like giving stuff a second life rather than having stuff end up in trash. But yeah, it's been a bit more difficult since there is not much around here. Like there's a couple of vintagey secondhand store, but they have this this is precious vintage angle to them rather than just this is cool. So you go there and stuff is super overpriced and you're like, ah, yeah, but at the same time, nah. What brush do I want to use today? This one, Ultimo size 6. Oh yeah, the vultures of yard sale, they're insane. They're just so annoying. I was like, ah, go away. You can pay for this just like everyone else, or you can just F off. But I would say all of that in Canadian French. Our swears are the best. Oh, bye, Cyan. Totally uneven walls in the inside lid. Oh, the wells. Yeah, this. Wait, I'll try to spare you, but by not having them on screen. There's so many cat hairs on this. Thanks, Pickle. Great contribution. Whoops, I totally painted over the this here. It's supposed to be white. Well, it's not gonna be white. So Value Village, Dollar Tree, and thrift shops. No one swears as well as a French Canadian. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Newfies do okay too, because you gotta pick up some of the words. Yeah, it's just that French Canadian swears have this particularity. I don't know how unique it is, but all of our words are technically not offensive. But all of those come from religious vocabulary, like the Christian church vocabulary. So in themselves, like if you are not Christian, these are technically not super offensive for you. But yeah, and it's a bit like the Smurfs. Like some words can be used as nouns, as verbs, as adjectives, and you can combine them, and you can basically start swearing and just never stop, and just add more and pile on stuff, and just it never ends. But you will never use words like the F word or the S word. Like these, they don't factor in most of the swear words we use. So I think that's really funny. Oh, hey, Carria. I'm gonna cheat and make this slightly colored so I can hide my mistake. It's good to hear, Paulo. So, and Yuffie have that too. Do you have a lot of swear words that are like the ones we use, like religion based, but not really offensive if you're not religious? Because I'm fairly sure that every language has a fair amount of swears that you can gladly pile up. Otto sent me a good video of that lately, about the Scottish guy stuck on a roof. It was really funny, but I think that in English it's really hard to avoid using the F word, while in Canadian French you can totally swear for ages and not even get close to these words. Yes, Irish Catholic, huh? Yeah, I don't really like the F word either. It's just so... I think I use it a lot because I am not a native English speaker, so it sort of loses meaning, but I don't like it. I will swear a lot more in French Canadian because it is just so easy. And some words, like, it was really funny because the culture was to swear using the religious words, but it was really frowned upon because religion was quite big over here many years ago. Maybe still is in some circles, but in general. And anyway, so people would take these words that are technically from religious items and either change them a bit to make them inoffensive, or would find something similar, like how you would say fudge instead of the F word. You know, use something that looks like it, but that is a real word that is not offensive on its own. Yes, that's Baba. Or at least it's an attempt at Baba. Well, Samuel Jackson would have to change his swear vocabulary if he wanted to do a film in Canadian French. Angry Scottish man versus sheep. Ah. There was one, like, the title of the video was like the strongest Irish accent or something, and it was a man discussing the fact that some of his sheep were stolen, and I couldn't understand a single thing he was saying. Like, it was just like, I think that people in the comments were saying that he was slurring his words and using them in a weird order. So that didn't help, of course, but I was like, I'm already bad at picking up what people say in accents. This was just, like, ridiculous. I think swears as a concept are great because, well, it depends on what words you use for swearing, but just the action of swearing is a great way to to release steam without hurting anyone, depending on the words you use, of course. But like, I'm speaking from the swear I know. Like, most of the swears I know are stuff that is not super offensive, like the word bastard. Doesn't hold a lot of sway anymore. It's just like, yeah. Where is Bodhi? But yeah, most of the stuff we use is just like modified words for objects. So, Bodhi. This is, can I see this one? Oh yeah, I can see this one bigger. Flip? Nope, not flipping. Okay. Can I give you examples of swearing? Yeah, it's super cathartic. Well, if most swear words are offensive to Jacqueline, I won't swear on the stream. That's just not nice. Yeah, it really depends on the culture, I guess. But over here, like, the bastard is not... Well, to me, it's never been super big. Perhaps there is a history to this word that I am not aware of, but it's going to be a nice challenge because that's a difficult pose. of Bodhi playing. That is such a nice floofy tail. Look at the floof. It's super floofy. Okay, not Havoc floofy, but still. It's a nice floofy tail. Oh, she's pregnant in that picture. Interesting. Yeah, that's right. I would probably end up demonetized. You can swear in French Canadian because I would not know it was swearing. Wait, we use words like ciboire and colis and asti. You know, it's all like one refers to the wafers, the bread. I don't know what it's called in English, but you know the kind of wafer they hand you during the Christian service, and one is like the thing that has the incense in it, and one is this other piece of item that's in the. And like we will use the word boat in French as a swear word as well, because I think it was one of these things, like instead of saying bastard, people would say boat, because in French it's bâtard and bateau, so it's really similar. So instead of saying one word, they would say the other one that was harmless. There's a Havoc measurement for tail fluffiness. Oh yeah, there is. Like, Havoc is crazy floof. The Eucharist, huh? So yeah, that's a lot of our swear words are like that. Like my grandfather used to say, used to use soda as a swear. Would say soda, soda. That was his swear word. It's super harmless. So yeah, I like it. Oh, I missed Chrissy's message. Yeah, Chrissy comes in at the moment where I start swearing in French. Yeah, exactly, Lana. Lana says that in Russian there are similar words that are used instead of swear words, but are harmless, like pancakes and radish. Yep. Otto's words of wisdom. Chrissy is another French Canadian, so she knows what I mean when I say that our swears are amazing. Okay, so let's try to... This is a bit weird and all over the place. Yeah, that should be much closer. I think radish is really awesome as a swear word. Radish is radis in French. I think it could really work well as a swear word. Okay, let's make a better job. This part. I think I drew the face way too big on the first sketch. Oh no, Heather, why is Havoc unhappy? It's a really bad one. I believe you. Oh, that's so funny. There was a show in the 90s, Danny Phantom, yes, I remember the name of the show, where a teacher would get away with swearing by using book titles. So Havoc did not appreciate Heather's attempt at measuring her floofy tail. Cabbage. It's a difficult one. I think the closest we have to a word that's also in English is damned. Like the French equivalent, the French translation of damned is something that is quite used. We use quite often in French Canadian swearing. Like we will use words that are basically like dumb or trying to think. Or idiot, or you know, stuff like that. Yeah, Bodhi is giving me quite a challenge. Gee, that's a difficult pose. I'm sorry if it looks really weird. I think it looks really weird. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Like, the fact that most of the body is hidden by the toy is super difficult, and then the fact that she's pregnant is also kind of weird to account for. Trying to think in 3D and it's not working super great. So that's basically back of the leg and the bum and leg, and then she has a big belly with kitties in it. Ewok is a really bad word. What? Oh, wow. Heather, that's some legit fluff. So Havoc has a tail that is about 9 inches wide. So that's the width of this paper. That's 9 inches. So that's the width of the tail of the cat. That's really awesome. And is definitely as wide as her floofy body from side to side. Whoa. Castor was in that belly. Aww. I might have to ask you, Patricia, for if you have other pictures of Bodhi so I can draw one that pays a better homage to her, because this is kind of a super... I feel like I'm doing like modern art. This is really a strange... Like my brain has a hard time making sense of what it's seeing. Like this is... okay. Can you just draw the whole... Yeah, but the thing is that Like, even if I try to extrapolate what the body is about, like, I don't know what is going on this side of the toy, so it's hard to understand, like, how the body is set up. Like, that's what I'm definitely trying to keep in mind, that the body goes on the other side of this toy, but it's really hard. It's definitely a good challenge, for sure. Yeah, I could draw that. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, all the young kids have a different perception of Star Wars than we do. Like a lot of people in their 20s have said that they really like the prequels, and I would struggle to find someone 30s and higher that actually loved them. Otto. Tsukaboo. What? I still really don't like the prequels. They're just so annoying from a storytelling point of view. In my opinion, of course. If you like them, more power to you. Then again, I'm not like super ecstatic about the new movies either. Maybe because I'm just old and jaded. I love the floofy tail. That's so cute. Fiona. Well, isn't Star Wars kind of a mix of sci-fi and sci-fantasy? It is sci-fantasy, isn't it? Like, it's definitely not hard sci-fi. And again, not a lot of the stuff is. Heather, I think Havoc would have a different size if her grandpa was a horse. Yeah, I think Star Wars is often considered a sci fantasy or space opera. Star Wars is a space soap opera. Yeah. Not too soapy though, because real soap operas or soap series, what's the word? Anyway, real stuff like that is really insane. Ah, that was good. I will try to make sense of this with inking it, and we'll see what happens. Hello, sweet face. I'm really excited to see the new Dune movie that will eventually come out by Denis Villeneuve. Yes, I can say that word. I think his Blade Runner movie was quite good. So I'm really excited to see what he'll do with Dune. Because Dune is not an easy one to adapt. Nope, nope, nope. So this will possibly be a bit derpy, and I apologize. But it's my fault because the cat is super cute. Gee, this is hard. Question what? What? Oh, Dune is awesome. All the books by Frank Herbert are amazing. These are definitely my favorite books. Yeah, well, Patricia, I will I will draw you a better one eventually. I promise. Especially if you can find me a picture that is perhaps a little less challenging. I think this is not my skill level exactly yet. I'm so sorry. Oh, was that what? Because I liked the Blade Runner movie by Denis Villeneuve. I did. So bite me. Okay, let's just call this one a preliminary study so I can do a better rendition of this someday. I should really do a couple of sketches and try to understand the body behind so that it would be easier to draw. Oh really, Tsukabu, that's so cool. Oh, I said something French. I think it's just the name of the person. Like, the director is a French-Canadian guy named Denis Villeneuve. So it's like Denis in French, and his last name is Villeneuve. I've read all the books, all the Dune books, like, well, not all of them, but I read, like, there was all of those written by Frank Herbert, the guy who created Dune, and there's what, I never remember the exact number of them, what, 5, 6? It depends, because sometimes they will put the second one in a book with the third one, and sometimes they will keep them apart. But anyway, I've read all of these, and I really like them. They are great books. But then, sadly enough, Frank Herbert died, and he had not finished writing Dune, so there was all his notes left and all that kind of stuff, and it was there for a long time. And then his son, I don't remember his name, but Frank Herbert's son decided that he would use his father's notes and continue telling the story of Dune, and he allied himself with Kevin J. Anderson, who wrote a bunch of Star Wars books, and that they would try and write the rest of the Dune story following the father's notes, but with a different writer, this Anderson guy. And they did, and I read most of them. Like, they wrote, like, say you have Dune, they wrote a trilogy of books that takes place a very long time before. Then they wrote another trilogy of books that takes place before. And then you have Dune, and I think they wrote more novels that are set either in between the Dune books or somewhere in there. But anyway, so I started by reading the original Dune, then the prequels, then the pre-prequels, and I was like, well, okay, this is definitely not the same kind of writing as Frank Herbert, but it's okay, it's entertaining, and I can enjoy it. So I read all of these. But then what they did after they had written all of these, they wrote the end of the books that Frank Herbert had written. Like, they felt like they had to write all those prequels books to set up elements that would make the end of the story more easy to understand for the readers. And these two books that they added at the end of the Frank Herbert books are absolutely the worst. They are shockingly, terrifyingly bad when you are a Dune fan, because they are so unlike everything, like the style of the writing of Frank Herbert. And it's like Dune basically is full of really strange people that are all basically really powerful in a way and really intelligent, and it's full of really interesting concepts, Dune. And then you get to these two last books, and it's like everybody suddenly has become super duper stupid. And it's so jarring because you are used to these characters just being like 20 steps ahead of everyone. And now they're just like, I could figure out the story before they did, and I was so annoyed. I kept yelling at the book, this is the thing, and they're like, oh, why is this happening? Oh, what's going on? I don't understand. And I'm like, that's where it went wrong. That stupid thing. And it takes the whole book for them to go like, oh, but it's that thing that went wrong. And you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm just done. This is insulting. It's so bad. And yeah, so basically if you like Dune and want to read it, just read the books by Frank Herbert and don't read the rest. Spare yourself the pain of reading these really, really jarring books written by the other author. So that's basically my Dune rant. Yeah. Oh, she was a munchkin cat. Oh yeah, that might have been interesting to know. It explains a lot though. She really has these cute stubby legs. Did you use a fountain pen or a dip pen? This is the platinum carbon pen. It's a fountain pen with cartridges. It's waterproof. So, Paulo, are you saying trash in reference to Dune or to something else? And hi, Malvina. The first books of Dune has been written about this chat. Oh, but seriously, Dune, like, the first time I tried to read Dune, the book Dune, like the first book, I struggled a lot to get into it. I was in school, and with schoolwork and all that, it was super difficult to consistently have time to read it. And I must have tried to read it at least once, if not twice, before I was able to read it completely. But the time I was able to read it completely, I was hooked. I had to read the other books, and I just read it all. And I think one of the later books called Heretics of Dune is my favorite. But wow, are these books amazing. I love them so much. And you have all sorts of cool concepts in there, and okay, this is perhaps a struggle that not a lot of people, well, that at least 50% might not understand fully, but as a woman, girl, female thingy, anyway, as a girl, it's kind of difficult to have good models for awesome characters. Like, you don't have as many choices as a dude would, and that's what I like about Dune. Hello. Je suis en train de faire mon rant sur Dune. But yeah, in Dune you have these kind of super awesome witch-like characters that are called the Bene Gesserit or Bene Gesserit, and they are so cool and so like on the same playing field as everyone else in the books, and that's what I thought was amazing. Like, Jessica is awesome, and you have Chani in the first book, and like, I can remember the female characters in Dune because they're cool, and I want to know more about them, and I want to read their story, and it's interesting, and that doesn't happen as much. But yeah. Oh, Paulo, awesome. I'm so glad I found someone who's as much of a Dune nerd as I am. Yeah, the two last books of Dune being trash. Oh, it's just... It is so sad. I was so mad, and I wanted to cry and yell and throw the books at the wall because... Like, I read all of these and I waited all this time to get the awesome conclusion of this super intense thing, and it's just rubbish. It is rubbish. So yeah. This is my rant. Alright, so I'm taking a rain check on Bodhi. Like, I want to draw her again because it's super interesting, the fact that she's a munchkin, and I would really love to draw that, but I don't think that this is my best work at all. I'm so sorry. Poor baby girl. I've never read or seen Dune, Dan. Oh, that's okay. I mean, it definitely not for everyone, and the movie by David Lynch is really weird and not completely accurate to the books. They do one thing that I'm super annoyed in the movie, and it's a big nitpick. But okay, basically in Dune, Dune is a desert planet, and there are big worms that live on Dune. and through some process that it's never completely explained, maybe the worms, they produce something called spice, and spice has a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? But it will have many effects on a human who takes it, depending on how you take it. And there's a group of people living on Dune that are called the Fremen, and they consume a lot of spice. And as a result of consuming so much spice, it turns their whole eyes blue. Like the iris and the white of the eye, it becomes blue. Okay, so that's the basic setup of the blue eyes. And in the movie, they make it glowy blue eyes. And I'm like, this is visually awesome, but also very stupid, because everything about Fremen is about not being noticed and being like hidden. And then they have these glowy eyes that you could spot from afar because they glow. And maybe it's just me, maybe I didn't understand well, but I was always like, but this is so weird. It's a bit like, okay, big segue here, but it's a bit like in Disney's Aladdin movie at the very beginning, when you have one of the pretenders to Jasmine being chased away by the tiger, and the tiger has bitten off a bit of the pretender's pants. So basically, there's a piece of fabric in the tiger's mouth, and there's a piece of fabric missing on the dude's pants. But they colored the fabric in the mouth of the tiger the same colors as the dude's underwear. But it's not a piece of the underwear that's missing, it's a piece of the pants, and the pants are purple, like, if I remember correctly. So the tiger should have a purple piece of fabric in its mouth, not like the heart pattern of the stupid underwear. Yep. I guess I'm feeling ranty today. What's up with that? So yeah, basically the eyes thing in Dune was something that has really bothered me for a long time, ever since I read the books. Because I think I saw the movie first and I was like, what is this movie? I don't understand. And then later I read the books and I was like, this is what it's all about. Okay, I see now. Oh, so the worms are problematic for you, Otto. Yeah, you should start with the book. And maybe if you like the book enough, you could try the movie, but keeping in mind that it's not exactly like the book. Yeah, Paolo, I think you're right, but it became like the standard, like the glowy eyes because it's cool, and I keep having this stupid knee-jerk nerd reaction of like, but is this supposed to be glowy? I don't remember it. Did I read wrong? What? So yeah, it's just like a clash between my perception of it and what I see. Yeah, but then again, they are so focused on being stealthy, and then they have these glowy blue eyes. It's just so weird. You shouldn't play Mass Effect then, they have big alien worms. Oh yeah, they do. They are so awesome, the big alien worms. I love the kind of robot worms in the third game. No, not the third one. The third one is abysmal. The fourth one, Andromeda. Are robot worms as equally problematic for you, Otto, or is it just like real looking worms? No, but robot worms, they're as bad. I'm not surprised, Paul, if you love Dune, that you love Mass Effect as well. I love Mass Effect too, except the third one. The third one made me cry, but not in a good way. Sorry. Oh, I am rubbish at it too. I am terrible at games, but I really enjoy playing them, like for the story and the options and exploring. Not exploring a lot because I find open world to be a chore, but I like the fact that it's sort of new and familiar at the same time. Yeah, I loved Andromeda. It's weird, but it's cool. I really hated the third Mass Effect though. That one was a trauma. It was a trauma. Like, you expect something to be so cool and to be a good conclusion to a story you hold really dear, and it delivers none of that. So yeah, that was not a pleasant experience. And I'm pretty sure that like same people can understand this if you apply the same idea to books or movies or, you know, anything that you are really close and that you've really taken, like, invested in a lot in, and then comes the last chapter and it's not good. Oh, I just hated everything of the third Mass Effect. Well, everything. I'm pretty sure that some quests here and there were fine, but the main story and what they did with the characters, I was like, what? And the ending. Oh my gosh, the ending. I wish I had a big trash can so I could put the ending in it. Oh, the ending was so bad. So very bad. So not rewarding, like zero reward. You play hundreds of hours into 3 games, and the ultimate ending is the most disappointing thing you've ever seen. Not great. Yeah, that's basically it, Otto. I did the synthesis one, actually, Grace. Ian. Yeah, well, it's just basically 3 games that are all about choice and outcome and being able to really affect what's happening. Like, it's a bit like you start from a point and it always spreads out like a tree. And instead of delivering like many endings, they sort of force everything back into a single option. Like, regardless of what you choose, it's the same thing that happens. And it's super unrewarding. Like, you don't feel great. You don't feel like you've done something awesome. You just feel like you've bothered with all this stuff, and ultimately it points to not much. Oh yeah, I was one of the really angry people. Some people were like, no, it's okay, that's fine, I like the ending. I'm like, fine, good for you, but doesn't change the fact that I think it was not good. I'm sorry for everyone that is lost a bit in all this game talk. I don't play a lot of games, but the few games I play are really close to my heart because I really like the stories and the universe they've created, and it's so easy to really immerse yourself in there. Oh, that stupid holographic kid out of nowhere. Oh, good gosh, it was bad. It was on par with the stupid Dune books in terms of frustration. Grace, we really need to talk and rant about the Mass Effect games at some point so that we don't bore everyone in the chat with that. But, yeah. Oh, Zelda Ocarina of Time was so cool. That was a great game. There's so many fun things to do, like from the silly stuff like angering the chickens so that they would attack you to you know, the really epic stuff. Angering the chicken was so much fun. The poor chickens. Oh, I completely agree, Grace. I think the last one they did with a good ending. Well, Grace is saying that BioWare is so great at creating characters that are loved, but not ending things well. I agree that Dragon Age has that problem, especially the most recent games. Like, Mass Effect 2 had the best ending. That one was amazing. It was really rewarding, and you felt like your decisions were important and had an effect on stuff. And yeah, but the like Dragon Age Inquisition, the ending was really, really flat. And Dragon Age 1, the ending is kind of sad too. Real talk though, who did you romance? Oh, jeez. Depends on which one you're talking about. Which game? I've never played Animal Crossing, probably because I don't have the console it's played on. Mario Kart was a lot of fun as well. Who would use the rainbow track, Rainbow Road? And you know, in the Rainbow Road you get up to a super high like fall, and if you speed up at the top of the fall, you can jump your cart outside of the track and you fall like forever, and it's really funny. ME2 Mass Effect 2 was so good. Ah, it was so good. Like, I remember being so invested and so nervous about the last mission in the game, because it really feels like all the decisions you've taken to this point have a consequence on whether or not your team survives. So I thought it was pretty awesome. Okay, let's draw some silly stuff, because obviously my game on the realistic stuff is not super duper on point. Oh, bye, Rhiannon. Have a great day. Pocket Camp is mobile. Yeah, but is it a real game or is it a mobile game? Like, can you really do stuff with it and play it like you would the other games, or is it like gated by all kinds of waiting thingies? And okay, so Otto, what's the, like, it's not dwarf hamster, what is the hamster you want me to doodle? Well, I know it's Jazz, but yeah, so I can search reference on my phone. I'm gonna have to go grab a drink. Okay, be right back. Okay. Syrian black hamsters. Aww. Little hammies. I'm just gonna probably do a couple of rough studies first, just so I can get a better feel for the beastie. It's not like I have a lot of practice doodling these guys, but I want to get better at drawing a lot of pets because it's fun, it's cute. Well, I'm doodling a ginger and white one for now, just because of the pause. The pause, the pose is more interesting. Like it's more interesting to see the whole pet rather than like just the face when you're trying to understand the body. Yeah, but Nurse Jazz was sort of not really based on a specific thing. It was just like me going like, well, hamsters have like this is, I think Nurse Jazz is something like this with the tiny eyes and the, no, it's more like a cartoony version of a hamster than a studied version of it. And Nurse Jazz had this. Nurse Jazz had the the silly hat. Well, it's not a silly hat, but it just looks silly on top of a fat cartoony hamster's head. Oh, you have tortoise shell hamsters. Oh, I wonder if they're all female, like the cats, or what, hermaphrodites? Something. Yeah, I wonder if all tortillas have so much attitude. This doesn't look quite right. But it's practice, so... Hi, Rashida. Oh, cool. Thanks, Jacqueline. Question from Ian. Eve, for your cartoon-style cats, how much do you draw on manga chibi style for your inspiration? Not much. Not consciously, in any case. Hamitude. Whoa, there are super floof hamsters. This is like the Havoc of hamsters. It looks like a bunch of fluff that has flew away from Havoc and become a monster, become a hamster. Yeah, it looks like a sheep. That's true. Oh, hi, Fiona's Torty. Of course she comes in and goes meow, because that's what they do. Oh, Kyria. So Dan is saying that he had a long-haired hamster once, and it was like a wig flying across the floor. He was super friendly. That's so funny. It's a really funny picture. And yeah, he also says that his had soft fur, but he had to brush him regularly, because Otto was saying that the long hair hamsters have coarse fur. Yeah, my cats are also all napping like lazy bums. Tsukaboo. Okay, I will write down. So Fiona is telling me she uploaded pictures of pets, and Jacqueline too. So I will check this out when the stream is over, and I will add them to the Oh, thank you so much, 7 Green Toads. So 7 Green Toads says they watched the live stream with Steve and Marty after the fact and really enjoyed it. And thanks for being real about your struggles, and it was nice to be able to put a face to your hands. Yeah. Eve, if you could have a tribble, would you have one? That's the Star Trek kind of fur thing, right? Well, since they reproduce endlessly, I would not, because that's way too much. I much prefer to have a cat. Yes, the chat has been all over the place, Val. Yep. confession. How many tubes of paint do you have? A lot. I haven't counted them, so I don't know, but a really decent amount. Yeah. Over 200 or under 200 tubes of paint? I'm trying to think. I think it's under it, perhaps close to it. Yeah, this one, Otto? The cartoony one? Oh wow, Val, that's cool. Val was creating a tonal value card that transfers, I'm gonna say that again just to say it well for sure, a tonal value card that transfer from different scales of graphite to its equal in burning. It's really cool. I'm glad you appreciate this one, Otto. So Dan is saying that it looks like him with food. I love that hamsters are basically beans. It's gonna be a weird one to draw. I don't think I've drawn one from this side before. That's quite funny, right? It's a nice picture, but it's really funny. I think I do need more reference of Jazz and Dory. But that's more work for you. No dogs today? Or even penguins? Well, I might sketch some like more cartoony things like dogs and penguins because I really want to make more stickers because I find myself really using and loving the stickers on Redbubble. So I kind of want to make more that I can use myself. And then possibly other people too. That's what I did with my the mermaid one, like the cat mermaid one I did. It's because I wanted it as a sticker myself, but I think other people wanted a sticker of a mermaid as well because it's the one I have that does the best. That sounds really cool, Val. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the pose of a small hamster running, but it's kind of difficult. Trying to make it cute and interesting, but also feel accurate enough that you can tell it's a hamster. I think drawing chubby hamsters is the best, so I'm trying to keep it chubby. Is Mr. E unwell? Why? Because you can hear him cough? Is that it? There. Oh yeah, Val. Having to use a knife and hand cut the wood, that's something you want to do when you can pay full attention to what you're doing. Curved spined hammy design, okay. Like this here. Not curvy, but I think it would be dynamic to have it either the head be lower and the butt be higher, or the other way around. Yeah, I will try to make them into stickers. Oh, yeah, he's alright. He's always... Not always, but... Sorry. Oh, sorry. Surprise yawn. Okay. Yeah. Oh no! The yawn is contagious. Running out of space already. What about if I try to do the other thing? It's really just a bean. With tiny paws running in the middle. Oh, bye, Grace! Thank you so much for being there. I hope you can get a bit of rest and feel better. Or at least tired, at least. Less tired? Yeah, less tired. Okay, so the running hammy needs more work. You're super fat, so hammy. Do people sometimes put colors on their hamsters? Is that a thing? Great one, Dan. Dan says, beans, good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. Yep. That's beans. hamster harnesses, I mean colors, collar. Yeah. That's so cute. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like a gif of tiny hamster. I know it's not the proper kind of hamster, but I'm guessing that the motion is basically the same for all of them. Why is the, just out of curiosity, because I really don't know, but why are harnesses bad for hamsters? Yeah, color can be adjusted, really. Okay, so the harnesses on hamsters can break their legs and choke them. Oh, color can be adjusted. Oh no! What, you dip them in food coloring? Give them a lot of carrots? Okay, so the harness is dangerous because if the hamster freaks out and tries to get out, they can harm themselves. It's interesting. I really, like, I've had a couple of fishes that sadly, fishes are really hard to keep, so poor fishies, and cats, but I've never had anything super small, so it's interesting to learn about all this stuff. Most of the time, if you put a cat, I kind of want to put like little sweat drops because it seems like a lot of work, but yeah, if you put the harness on a cat, usually they just like collapse, or they try to crawl on the floor because it messes up their sense of like there's something stuck on me and I can't remove it. But yeah, I've never seen it on smaller animals. Like, I don't think a cat will harm itself if he freaks out on well, while in a harness or collar. But yeah, hamsters seem to be really different. Oh, okay, yeah, the color, like, same for these stickers. I might like make a design, like keep the same design but color one of the stickers, like a, just as an example, like one like Dory, like a ginger hamster, and one like Jazz, like a, she's dark brown, right? Jazz is dark brown. Oh, Paolo, that's a good upgrade. Like, putting on pajamas is always a good upgrade. So I don't know if this looks like a hamster digging or just cowering. What is this word? Okay. cowering in fear. It's basically what it looks like when they dig, unless they are shoving stuff out with their back legs. It's basically just a ball with ears. Okay, cool. Cool, I'll reference Nurse Jazz. I think it was kind of a gray color. Yeah, my cats are not super fond of their colors either. Like, Scout will try by all means to rub it off. Like, you know, when cats they scratch their neck around things to try and get rid of colors. That's what she does when she has a color on, and Pickle is just annoyed. And they can recognize their colors because we have medals on them, just in case they would get lost, you know. And and she recognizes the sound and she flees. Like, she will walk ahead of us just a bit faster than us. And yeah. That's basically the same idea as before, but instead of just being in a ball, like, you have something that is kicked out and bits that fly. Enjoy your nap, Val. I hope you get some rest. I will try to doodle perhaps a few other animals. I think Paulo wanted to see perhaps a dog. I will see about doodling a dog or two, and then I will stop, because you know, live streaming is still a big cost in bandwidth, and sadly here in Canada most deals are not unlimited. Sorry, there's a cap on my bandwidth, so if I live stream too much, I'm bursting that cap. Like marks like this. A dog or a penguin? Penguin sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, that is so cute. Charles Mingus got toilet training program. What? What are you reading, Paulo? So Lena's saying that Dante was afraid. Dante's a dog, by the way. Dante was afraid of his harness and colors too when they just got him from the shelter, but he loves it now because it always means that we get to play outside. That is so cute. A rockhopper penguin. Ko-fi for bandwidth. Yeah, hopefully one day we'll catch up to the rest of the world and have better deals for not so much more money, perhaps. So is a rockhopper penguin approved by Apollo, or do you have a different type of penguin in mind? Rockhopper penguins are so metal. No wonder Otto likes them. Rockhopper penguins are really great. That's some mad hairstyle, bro. And they have such chubby feet. What's with the chubby feet? Perhaps it's just this one. Yeah, a cool posse of rockhopper penguins. They're so badass. They are really cool and they really mean business. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you should eat, Val, like if only for the energy level to be a bit more consistent. Chubby Feet shall be Paulo's next nickname. Well, what Happy Feet is the movie, the next one is gonna be Chubby Feet, right? Okay, so another thing, I have zero practice drawing, so I apologize if they look off at first. I will try to. I feel like they should always like have this, like this badass eyebrow thing going. Like I am a badass bird, serious bird. I mean business. Me and my crazy tuft of hair. Does anyone know what kind of food the rockhopper penguins eat? Yeah, I threaten to eat the cats when they misbehave as well. They're a bit bigger than Dory, but yeah. Yeah, do they eat fish or, I don't know, plants? Fish? So they eat fish, okay. I was curious because of the shape of the beak. Often the shape of the beak is related to what they eat. I'm sorry, but this guy is just so badass. Like look at the attitude of this dude. Let's see if something can be done with that because it's way too funny. Like the swagger is all there. Apparently rockhoppers eat krill. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, cool. I didn't know Jason was doing kung fu. Okay, so the rockhoppers also eat crabs, lobsters, crayfish, or shrimp. That's really cool. So I guess they might have like a beak that can go through the shell of the crabs, lobsters, and crayfish. That is so cool, Otto. That is really, really nice. Where's my sharpener? It's the story of the forever missing sharpener. Oh well. I'm gonna keep working with this super flat. Yeah, Otto, I think you're gonna have to translate all these abbreviations because I also have no idea what they are. This is not perfect. The balance is a bit wrong. But yeah, it's such a good pose. I had to do something about it. So okay, let's think about something really silly. Oh. Whoa, Heather, that's not cool. So Heather's saying that it's not even hurricane season and she's smack dab in the center of the cone of uncertainty. And it's already raining. Yeep. I hope you'll be okay. Yeah, stay safe, Heather. Oh wow, that's pretty epic. 11 dogs, woo. We'll try a few last ones and then I'm gonna have to end this. Not because I really want to, but more like because our internet is what it is. I'm gonna really want to do something silly with this one because it's such a funny bird. Maybe some big eyes. Big dirty eyes. Rounder perhaps? Yeah, I painted these. That doesn't count. I think this one kind of makes me laugh because it's silly and I love silly stuff. so that's basically what I doodled. I think this one is quite fun and will probably end as a sticker. For the running hamsters, that was a bit more difficult. Maybe this one. So maybe still gonna think on this. The digging hamster, maybe this one I think registers more as digging rather than this one. And then for the penguins, maybe this one because it's so silly. But I think I'm gonna have to check if there isn't a sports team that has a Rock Harper penguin as a logo or something. Just make sure that it doesn't look too much like something else, perhaps. This one? Yeah. So I will draw these digitally because it's much easier to upload stuff on Redbubble using a digital file, like something that you've drawn directly on computer. Because of scanning and resolution and quality, it's really easier to draw these on. And they're not big drawings. It's not a lot of work to redraw these. But I always prefer to work on paper first. Like even when I'm drawing like humans for commissions and stuff, I will like work out the piece small, the pose, sorry, like the pose small on a piece of paper, say, and then I will, like, once I love a pose, this is just like super cliche pose, but say you love a pose and you're like, okay, this is fine, this is the proportions I want, this is what the movement I want, basically. I will scan this in and like enlarge it to the format I want and then fix it. Fix all the mistakes and make it work. And then, because I think that working on paper and working small, it's easier to just see the things and get them working. And after that, you can just fix it digitally, because say if I fix it digitally and this arm is too far out, I can just select it and move it closer, and like it's easier to repair issues when you're working digitally. But I still find that working traditional for sketches and basic stuff is the best. Oh, whoa, Patricia, that sounds epic. Chill out, Thor. What was it, the piss off ghost? Oh, yeah, go check Thor Ragnarok if you haven't. It's really funny. It's a good popcorn movie. We have sun here, Patricia, so I really hope your thunder is not coming our way, because yeah, what if I have to go out a bit tonight? I don't want to get stuck in a downpour. So yeah, that's it for today. Weird sketches and a few pets. So thank you very much for being there, and like all of us being in a group. Oh boy, being in a group for this afternoon. It's been really great, and as always, thank you for indulging in my weird rants about super pointy stuff. I will be redoodling a better body eventually. I think I will practice drawing Munchkin a bit, just to get more familiar with the proportions in general. And also I will try to find time to work on the stickers. I'll keep you posted on that, and Bubba. And yeah, so basically I hope you had a fun time. I hope you will have a great day, and I wish you to enjoy the rest of your day and of your weekend. I will be back really soon with more stuff next week. I still have a bit of stuff to figure out on the content I want to do, like maybe not focus so much on reviews again, and I don't know, but yeah, painting and watercolor and fun stuff, so that doesn't change. So thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks to the mods for being awesome, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye bye.